It was a windy, rainy Friday afternoon. The crystal flame was closed for the night to allow the freshly painted wall to dry. I was in Bayview, alternating between consciousness and reading the mists of Avalon. Landon had quietly slipped out to run a few errands. For the first time in a long time, I had absolutely nothing to do. I didn't know how to act. My initial thought tell no one. I laid in bed, staring up at the ceiling, the book open on my chest, just allowing my mind to ponder all the possibilities. I'm Avri James, even my do-nothing must be planned out. I wanted a shower, then make something great to eat before settling in to write.
Current vibe check.
I was chilling, for real. I was in an excellent mental space, fielding bullshit on a Venus and Serena level, like a true champ. I felt incredible from the inside out, and was determined to have it reflected in my everyday life. I just want to deal with shit as it happens, then move on. Almost 2 hours into my solitude, I heard a key enter the lock and the knob on the door turn. Landon was back. Light skin. He called brightly from the kitchen. Are you here? He called loudly. Are you asleep? Suddenly whispering. I giggled. If I were, I'm definitely not now, I said. He appeared in the bedroom doorway, a look of intense thought on his face. What's up? You look like you got something on your mind. I was thinking about something, he began. Let's create a monthly event at your spot, like something grown and sexy, the type of thing we would actually want to fuck with. Landon said, I like your style, son. You know I'm down. What exactly did you have in mind? I asked. I don't know. Maybe like a brunch or something. We can think about it and work out the details later. That's all I have for now, he stated, his look now shifted to satisfied. He made his way over to the bed, making himself comfortable with the remote. Little did he know, his homegirl Ashley was about to disturb his little peace and provide him with the perfect opportunity to put his newest idea to the test. Bro, OMG, we don't have a venue for the Richmond brunch anymore, Ashley exclaimed through the phone. Wait, what? Landon responded, very confused. Long story short, the owner double-booked, and the remaining available time could not accommodate the event. Okay, give me a minute, I'll call you back. A few moments later, I heard Landon approaching from behind. I was sitting at the desk, illustrating the next story on my website. Placing his hands on my shoulders, he massaged them gently before bending down to peer at my laptop. What you working on, Lightskin? He asked. A storyboard for my next short. You know, if I'm not specific about every detail, it's gonna do whatever it wants, I said. I wanted to run something past you. Do you think we can do the Richmond brunch at the studio this Sunday? Due to technical difficulties, we no longer have a spot for the event. Just a sec, I rooted around the desk, searching for my phone. It was buried beneath a few layers of sample packaging and insert cards. The studio is free for the entire day, no classes planned. You guys are good to go, I said with a smile.
Cool.
Thank you, Landon said, sounding immensely relieved. He kissed me on the forehead before making a swift exit. I'ma let you work. It's a show and some buttered almond ice cream in the other room calling my name. Sunday arrived quickly, and the next thing I knew, I was standing in the crystal flame, sliding letters into a tabletop marquee with flashing lights. Mental checklist running, I was ensuring that every detail was attended to prior to the arrival of any guests. Ashley had just walked in, arms full, requesting help with assembling champagne flutes for the carousel. As I fussed with Dean about making sure the patio was presentable, Landon walked in, ready to jump in and help. Light skin.
Hey.
What can I do? He asked, quickly hugging me. We're almost ready. We just need to finish slicing the strawberries to add to each of the mimosa glasses. You can put them on the carousel for me, I responded. Landon gingerly made his way over to the table, grabbing a glass in each hand as I fed champagne and orange juice into the mimosa tower. Once the last flute was hung on the wall, I filled 2 glasses, one for myself, the other for Landon, as these would be the last and final calm moments of the day. I watched 4 clusters of tiny bubbles ascend from the bottom of my glass to the rim. In a matter of minutes, the crystal flame was teeming with activity. People came and went, simply bringing in dishes to contribute to the brunch spread, everyone buzzing with excitement for the event. Landon and I found ourselves seated behind the front bar, able to observe the organized chaos from a safe distance. Parker came bounding in, providing the last of the marching orders for the flow of the event. Once the music was decided on, it was official. We had action. One of the most unique things about Richmond is the fact that no matter the age range, mini clique, occupation, or personal choice, we were family. We're a constant reminder of just how important the family we build outside of the one we are born into truly is. I will be the first to admit, it was kinda hard imagining some of these characters outside the backdrop of Richmond. Take Mac 2 times, for example. I've known him for as long as I can remember. He was Nate's little brother night and day for sure. I was surprised to see him come bouncing through the door, with a 2-man crew in tow. It made me smile to see him. Once he realized where he was and fully understood that he was truly in a Richmond safe space, he quickly relaxed into the fabric of the scenery. Men happily congregated on the patio, recounting tales of things that have long since been. Darian threatened torture by karaoke and proceeded to follow through. Laughter erupted from various corners of the building, while mimosas and homemade culinary fare filled all the remaining spaces. It felt like home. Landon had the pleasure of not running the crystal flame, which meant he was able to quietly slip away before the end of the event. "Aight, Lightskin, I'm outta here. Call me later." "You good?" he asked. "Yes, I'm great. I'll call you when I get home." I responded. "Okay. I love you. Let me get a kiss," he said, pointing to a spot free from his beard on his cheek. Smiling, I leaned up and placed the kiss precisely where instructed. I jumped headfirst back into the chaos, making a beeline to Ashley and Nate, who were currently engaged in verbal fisticuffs over the next song that was about to play. At a prior Bando Beverages event, Nate had flipped the entire bar I had set up on the back patio, completely shattering a glass drinking dispenser. I didn't have the mental capacity, nor the financial willingness to replace yet another item he destroyed in the studio. "That's not right. You doing it wrong. Don't nobody want to hear that shit." Ashley screamed over the current song. Then, dead silence. "See, I told her silly ass that wasn't right." "Sis, Nate did something to the music," was all I heard as I emerged from the back of the studio. A quick assessment of the remaining guests told me that it was time, at long last, to wrap it up and head back to the block. If I was lucky, I could be showered and comfortably reading within the next 1.5 hours. Ashley approached me with 2 of the biggest shots I had ever seen in my life to toast the end of a successful event. I discreetly replaced the vodka with water post-toast when she wasn't looking, taking mine to the head like a soldier. Exhausted in the best way, I finally closed the gate, approaching the curb where my taxi was waiting. Once home and out of the bath, I had a few thoughts I wanted to get down on paper before relaxing for the night. About an hour or so later, my phone rang. "I must stop caring about whether or not you got in the house safely for the night. You never call like I ask you to," Landon said sleepily.
No.
"Don't stop caring. I apologize. I'll do better," I said with feigned concern. "Today was fun. I liked that. I'm thinking maybe we can do something like this twice a month when the weather breaks," he said, perking up slightly. "Absolutely. You pretty much have all the major pieces in place. It's just a matter of execution from here," I responded.
Cool.
"Did anything interesting happen after I left?" "You mean outside of the verbal altercation between Ashley and Nate, or the drink she tried to date rape me with?" "Nah, nothing out of the ordinary," I said with a giggle. "I smell a book and some fuzzy socks. Read to me until I fall asleep," Landon said. "I keep telling you, don't know me like that, son," I shot back. "Only I know you like that. Come on, read to me."